For my counter-narrative project, I interviewed a student named Anna. Anna is 16 years old and attends East Chapel Hill High School. She was born in a small town in Mexico and immigrated here as a young toddler. She came with her mother and her two older siblings as they journeyed to meet her father, who'd come to North Carolina a few years prior. Although Anna has spent the majority of her life in North Carolina, she still feels a strong Mexican and Latina identity. That identity has fostered several internal and external struggles as she has tried to navigate through the American school system. Anna has attended 4 different elementary schools because when she was younger, the neighborhood where she lived kept getting rezoned and directed to different schools in the Chapel Hill area. This was a huge factor in determining her early beginning relationships with the school as a system, because it not only made her Mexican community feel singled out, especially because they had to be rezoned so often, but it really interrupted her English learning process, because each school that she went to had majorly different strategies for teaching English. She felt that language began to be an early identifier as a difference. It was the thing that defined where she got to learn, how she got to learn, and then who she got to share a classroom space with. Her educational experience had set up this hierarchy of language, and the inconsistency in which she was being taught between the different schools was an adding factor to a loss of confidence in her academic ability. This was really detrimental to Anna's identity as a Latina and as someone whose Spanish language was very much a part of their life. According to the reading about identity and activism, there's an important relationship between language and identity, and that relationship can have an effect on attitudes towards both oneself and their attitudes towards schooling and their confidence to perform well academically. Because Spanish was such a major part of Anna's identity and her family's identity, her mother describes the hardship of trying to keep the Mexican identity and culture alive through her children, speaking Spanish in the home, but still be able to encourage success in English even though she couldn't speak it in the home. But she wanted her children to succeed in school because education was important. However, there were significant language barriers that proved to be hard to get involved in the school, and it led to a lot of misconceptions about their culture, their resources, and many other things that were also detrimental to Anna's identity as a Latino and her academic abilities. However, Anna doesn't lose hope. She still believes in the opportunities that education can provide for her, no matter how disillusioned she feels with her identity. Her hopeful attitudes align with those in Subtractive Schooling by Venezuela. Through models of authentic, caring pedagogy, teachers can learn to not treat cultural and language differences in the classroom as limitations, but instead treat them as assets. Teachers in the schools just haven't been given the tools to understand how to best accommodate the needs of a Chicanx student. If it were not for several teachers within Anna's schooling experience that made her believe she was competent, capable, and cared for, then she may not have had the same immense hope for her educational future. Anna's teachers were able to use models of CCI to validate and support Anna's learning. These models are the critically compassionate integration models. They show authentic care and develop strong interactive relationships with Anna so that she knows she is a capable student. The model can help reverse the detrimental effects that the school system can have on Chicanx identity and academic confidence through practicing relevant curriculum, critically conscious pedagogy, and then developing strong relationships that foster a respect for the cultural identity of a student. So because Anna had teachers that practiced this model throughout her schooling experience, she was really able to maintain a hope and to really respect education, despite the systems that have been detrimental to her identity. This interview and the entire class has really inspired me to continue forward on my own journey to become critically conscious. My time spent speaking with Anna and her mother specifically allowed me to see the importance firsthand that developing an authentic caring model can really have on impacting a child's future and their self-concept as a person. It only takes one caring adult to truly make a difference in a student's life. So, as I aspire to be a teacher one day myself, I hope that I'm able to create better models of authentic care and to inspire learning for all students. Thank you.